let's start off with this right here. Okay, we had a report the other day that half the people didn't use or didn't move over to the next Xbox or the next PlayStation, right? 50% for both of them. I think Jez Gordon reported that as well. All right, so GameFile here, which is not owned. I'm gonna have to say that from now on, right? Which is not owned by IGN. Okay, the holdouts. Why some gamers haven't upgraded to PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series S or Series. I don't know why they put it in quotes. I think that's like an insult type of thing, like why people haven't moved over to a PlayStation or an Xbox Series. It's like you could have just said, why aren't they upgrading to the next generation? You know what I mean? But hey, whatever. This is not a matter of games or money. It's this time around. Okay, so more than 50 million active PlayStation users are merely playing on Sony's last-gen PlayStation 4 console and have yet to upgrade to PlayStation 5. Now, Sony's president said last week, and why haven't they done so? Over the past week, we've heard some more than 300 gamers about why they or people they close to haven't stuck with PlayStation 4 or have stuck with PlayStation 4 or Xbox One in the world where so much attention is now on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. For these gamers, their so-called the 8th generation of hardware, and the one that began back in 2013 is just fine. No need for 2020's 9th gen, even past the apparent halfway point. And you can safely guess some of the holdout reasons. They would also typically, in any console transition, lack the next-gen games catching their eye, lack of money to pay for the new box, and when the old one still works pretty well. This is a thing, like my brother-in-law, the last system that he owned, and the last game he really played, he played NCAA football, loved NCAA football, okay, which is now coming back out. He loved Grand Theft Auto 5, okay, which remember started on the Xbox, what was it? The Xbox 360, okay? Then went to the 1, then went to the Series, went to the PlayStation, started on 3, went to 4, went to 5, okay? He still owns an Xbox 360, okay? When he comes over, he's like, oh, is this the next Xbox? I'm like, no, this is the 2 Xboxes from the last one you bought. He's like, what, really? Right? Because now he's got a kid, and his kid wants to play video games, and the kid can't play games on the 360 because, well, he can, but his friends also play games, and he wants to play with them. Well, he can't play on the 360, so he has to decide now, does he want a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series S or X or type of thing, right? Or a Switch. So he has to move up to the next generation because now he birthed a kid and the kid wants to play games with his friends, right? So obviously a lot of kids haven't moved up, right? 50% of the Xbox, even though they sold less than half of what the PlayStation did, half of those people still haven't bought an Xbox. PlayStation 4, there's still 60 million people that don't own a PlayStation 5 or want to play a PlayStation 5 Pro when it comes out. They might wait till the PlayStation 6, and even when the PlayStation 6 comes out, the early adopters won't be the people that owned an older system. They'll be the people that already own the next-gen system, the people that have to keep up with the Joneses, right? A lot of people don't move over till 4 or 5 years into the console cycle because there's no games that they want. They wait to see what the envelope push, or they're waiting for money, okay? It says other reason is unique to the generation, the pandemic, changing platform policies, stubborn pricing, slow pace of releases, and they don't all seem like one-time issue. They're also here hoping that they don't have another pandemic for the century or so, and the hit that how players may view future console shifts as well. And then there's the outlier responses, like the people who told me they're just waiting for PlayStation 6. They just skip, right? Just like my brother-in-law, who skipped the Xbox One, who skipped... He doesn't even know about this system, right? So ask people questions like this, and you get a lot of interesting answers, okay? So there's a lot of different ways or why people are not moving over to the next gen. Personally, to me, it's the way games are now where they're digital, right? I really don't need to buy a console, right? I can play the games on PC. I can play it on a handheld. I can play it on my cell phone. I can play it, right? I don't need to buy the next-gen system. And again, it doesn't matter if it's PlayStation. Doesn't matter if it's Switch. Doesn't matter if it's if it's an Xbox, right? Lots of more kids are playing on mobile devices. There's other means to keep their attention. If it's YouTube, if it's an actual video game they're playing on a mobile device, if it's a smaller, less-known handheld, if it's a older system where they're just playing games by themselves, if it's just the internet, web browser, there's so many different ways that you can actually get games and play games nowadays. You actually don't need the next generation console. And then let's just say you do need right? You still want to play games on the console systems. Well, even then, you're like, well, where do I play? Well, it all depends on what your close circle is. If your close circle, okay, decides they want a PlayStation 5, then you're going to go towards a PlayStation 5. But then it comes into price. Hey, mom, hey, dad, right? Because a lot of kids don't have jobs. Lots of parents are hurting for money, okay? And they get to decide, hey, here comes Christmas, maybe here comes thing. And there's a lot of different aspects to look into. It's not just as easy as a grown-up like me and yourself, right? Where we have jobs and we make money and we have money saved up. We're like, I want that. I'm going to buy that. When you're a kid, remember? Me and Sarge, when we were kids, we got games for our birthdays and Christmas, okay? So you would ask different, like, aunts and uncles, oh, yeah, I'm interested in this. Just give me a gift card. Just give me this. So you could buy the game that you wanted, or you would get the game that you want. Then when Christmas time came, my birthday's in May, his is in July, and then Christmas is in December, we would get enough games between my birthday and his birthday to last till Christmas, and then Christmas, we both get all video games. Not until I was a teenager did I start buying games myself, okay? Because I wanted to buy more games, or instead of just renting games, I wanted to own those games, right? So there's a big difference between being a kid and being told what system you're getting, and because you want a system and mom and dad decide what system to give you, and being your own individual where you can earn and buy your own system. So here we are now. Back in the day, yes, inflation and whatnot, but systems weren't $500. They were $300, right? They were $350. Right now, they're $500, a little bit more expensive for people to buy. A lot of people don't want to buy those systems. A lot of people want to wait to see what games come out, right? Because, you know, when 360 came out, was it 360 or Xbox One when Rise of Rome came out, right? Or 1886 came out for PlayStation, right? They have these games that come out that, like, push the envelope to show you what its potential can do for each of the systems, but then at the same time, you're like, I'm going to wait, and you don't get games for that system for 3-4 years into the cycle, because back then, games took 3 to 5 years to make. Now, games take 5 to 7 years to make for big blockbuster games. So there's a lot of things out there that you don't want to purchase a system because you're like, I'll just wait, because it's better if you wait. It's cheaper if you wait. All of these things, the benefits of waiting outweighs the buy now mentality. Especially, we know how many times have we bought a game that it gets better over time, that you wait for things to get fixed, right? They come out broke, buggy, unfinished, right? And then you buy it down the road and you get the whole game, right? The game is actually finished. If you buy Diablo now, okay, it's a better game than it was if you bought it last year for $100, okay? If you buy Battlefield 2042 now, okay, it's a better game now than it was 22 months ago. Okay, if you buy Cyberpunk now, it's a better game than it was when it came out 4 years ago, right? So there really is no reason to rush to go out and buy this next, latest, greatest game, and that's where the two benefits or the two businesses differ. PlayStation's looking to console sales now, and Xbox is like, we don't really care if you buy a console. You can play it wherever you want, right? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you a person that has not got the new console system, or are you waiting, right? Maybe you want to buy a PlayStation 5, but now you're waiting for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Maybe you want to buy an Xbox, but you're waiting to hear out what their next system is down the road. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you waiting for the Switch 2? Are you waiting for the new console to be announced and then buy the older current gen that is now because it will be cheaper? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, please make sure you check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.